Listen, I know the beanie is not the greatest look, but I went to bed with my hair wet last night and I have bangs, you know, so it is not the look. And it is so cold and I have not done my hair yet, so beanie it is, okay? We'll probably have to take it off or move it around to do our forehead. But either way, hi, how you guys doing? I'm making me a midday pick-me-up with a scoop of my Trim Fit, and I'm gonna mix it with a grape Spindrift. It's my favorite. I usually do this right before I go and get the girls because it just gives me like a boost, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and activate my trigger and then we'll go ahead and get started. I got in my new palettes, guys. Look how gorgeous. So pretty. All right, so we are active on Beauty by Esmia. What's today? 16? No. 17th? Yes. Today's the 17th. So if you say the word info, need, want, details, anything like that on Esmia, Beauty by Esmia, it'll send you over all the things that you might need. And then I'm almost active on Esmia's Own Trend, okay? Are beanies in or out? I feel like nobody ever wears them anymore, but I love a beanie moment, especially to save the hair, you know? I just don't have the time or desire to like start all over. I shouldn't have gone to bed with my hair wet. It doesn't look that bad, but it's just not the vibe. Okay, anyway, let's get started. 1 scoop of trim, grape Spindrift. This only has carbonated water, Concord grape juice, and lemon juice. Those are the only ingredients in this, and it only has 3 carbs. Okay, so I love adding that to my trim because it makes it feel like a bubbly, like a pop, like a soda. It gives you like that nice fix. It tastes so good. All right, we're active on both pages now, guys. So if you need information on anything, just say info, need, want, details, okay? Look how pretty this is. I love the color. So these are the new 6 palettes. So you can do 6 big ones or add in 12 small ones or do a mix like I did. And it comes in this really beautiful like pink color. And this is actually the Dahlia Lip and Cheek, like swatched. How cool is that? I love. And then this is the other 6 palette. I mean, are you joking? That is so stunning. So stunning. So if you're looking for like a smaller size and this is just like your sweet spot, I don't blame you. I really, really dig it. And this color just makes me really happy. Okay, so I do have on my eyebrows. I just did my brow gel and then I used the eyeshadow color in the shade Coal to fill them in lightly. And then I also used the shade Coal to do a little wing and then added some mascara. As far as my face, I do not have any makeup on, just skincare. And for my skincare, I actually did it down here today. This is what I have on. So I did F59 and 002 on my forehead, which you guys know is so incredible. This is my daytime duo. My nighttime, I add in the 65. And then I did the Neroli Face Oil Serum everywhere else, finished with moisturizer, okay? If you need information or want to take my skincare quiz, you could just say info and I'll send that over to you. And then if you need help like narrowing it down, I can help you with that too, okay? Hi, Danielle. I'm thirsty. That's so good. Okay, for makeup, I did add in some new colors today that we're gonna try. So I was mixing, let me just show you my palette. I was mixing Sandy and Candlelit for my main color, and I am gonna try Athens because Athens is kind of like that combo, but just in its own tin. So we're going to do that today and see if it's my color. And then I added Aura in here to White Peach. This is White Peach to brighten instead of mixing Candlelit and Palace. So we'll see if those cut it. And then I am doing Astoria contour, no bronzer. And then these are the two new lip and cheeks. This is Iman, I think is how you say it, Iman. And then this is Pink Flamingo. And then I just have in my two favorite eyeshadows, which is Coal and Drift. Okay, so we're just gonna use this palette today. We might set with powder, we might not. We'll just see how we feel. All right, is this beanie not the vibe? Yell at me, tell me if it's not. I'll take it off and show you how terrible my hair looks. I'm also gonna be using the Pilot brush. This brush is so cool. It has 4 brushes in one. So you could do eyeshadow, you could do more detailed work with this smaller one, like nose contour, or even eyeshadow, or like carving out your brow or whatever. And then this brush is basically the 3D foundation brush. Okay, so we're gonna use this today. I used it last time I went live with you guys and I really liked it. And then also, I think I'm gonna do that the 3D method, meaning I'm gonna just put it all over, blend it out, and yeah, versus my traditional way. Words are hard. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my contour color. Again, I'm using the shade Astoria, and I'm just gonna place that anywhere. Do we really need it on my forehead? Maybe later when I take my beanie off, so why not? So let's just put that there, and then a little bit on the side of my nares. Anywhere you want to create depth and dimension, or you just want to intensify your natural shadows. I also have been enjoying going right here underneath my jawline. Right there. And then we're gonna go everywhere else with like our foundation shade. Oh yeah. Did you see how that just kind of disappears? Wow. This is the shade Athens. So before I was mixing Sandy and Candlelit, and I could have just been using Athens. I just was like having, I was having issues being even more fair than I thought I was. It's a mental thing. Okay. So everywhere else, we're putting Athens, and then I'm gonna go into this color right here. This is White Peach. I'm using this one instead of mixing Palace and Candlelit. And we're just gonna pop that on the inner corner and outer corner. Just like that. And then right here. And then I think I'll put it right here and right here just for funsies. It usually like blends together, but this is the traditional way of applying your 3D foundation. All right, so then we're gonna go in with our Pilot brush and we're gonna start with the contour. And I'm just going to start pressing and pulling upward. I am still doing color matches. Did you send one in? Let me know and I can go look for it. I've been having issues with my stuff. So if you did and you got like a text message after you sent it in, and can you just like respond to that and say just checking in on my color match or something? And I have to like go look for it. But let me know and I will go see. Otherwise, just submit one and I will get to you. So I like to start with when I do this method, I like to start with the contour first, blend all that out. And then we blend out our foundation shade. You know what? Let's just pull you all the way back. It's fine. It's fine. I went to bed with my hair wet last night, okay? We're just going to put that back on. We're going to put it on later. Not yet, but you're going to. Okay, good. I was like, no, am I still having issues again? All right, good deal. So then I'm going to go down on my nares. So just say the word info, need, want, details, and you can fill out my color match, okay? Also, have you guys been seeing my posts? Or are they just really lame and you just, you know, whatever? Because I feel like my page over here is being like shadow banned or something because what? It's crickets. Crickets, my friends. Or maybe it's just a me thing and you guys can tell me that too. You will not hurt my feelings. You'll help me get my butt in gear. Okay. Contour is blended out. Now I'm going to use the same brush side and just go into that foundation shade. Again, that is the shade Athens and it is like literally perfect. Why have I not been using this for all the winter? I don't know. I was in denial. Such a pretty shade though. So Athens is basically like candlelit and sandy mixed. So if you have been mixing those two for your shades and you want like a single color, Athens. So pretty. Okay, and then we'll blend out the foundation shade I put right here. And now we're gonna flip over to this side and we're gonna go into our under eye brightening color. And if you'll notice, I'm just doing like a stippling motion. I'm not like buffing. We're just kind of blending by pressing it into the skin versus like this number, because then that just moves it around. You lose your coverage. There's no reason to place it where you did because you're just blending all your colors together, you know? So if you do it this way, it just helps keep it right where you put it. And then this brush, I would say, does give like a medium coverage. If you want like a fuller coverage, I would probably go with the detail brush or the buff brush. Oh my heck, this is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna blend out that contour a little bit more. How long did that take me? Literally like, what, 5 minutes? If that. So great for all skin types, but especially mature skin, dry skin. If you have oily skin, I would just use a good setting powder. Gorge. I've been liking doing like this one layer method because then my contour is not as intense. I can't handle like the depth of it right now because I'm more fair. Whereas in the summer, I can because I do have more color to my skin. Sorry, my dog is distracting me. I just put her outside and she's like pacing back and forth. So I don't know if I need to go let her in or if she's trying to go potty, you know? She's trying to find the perfect spot. Oh, awesome, Nikki. Can't wait to help you. I know we've color matched you in the past. Are you wanting Saint? Or what are we doing, girl? Yes, of course. Would love to help you guys. Just say the word info. You'll get a message from me in your messenger. It'll have a bunch of different links. Just look for color match if that's what you're looking for. If you're wanting skincare details, that'll be there as well. The olive oil, the U trim kit that I'm drinking. I do not have lashes on. I just curled my lashes and then used this mascara, which I have linked in my Amazon storefront. It's the waterproof one. If you don't need help holding a curl, you could get the regular. But if you do, I would get the waterproof. I am using Saint today, my one compact cream makeup, and this is the new 6 palette. So this is how I built it. I have my foundation color, my concealer color, my contour. I have 2 lip and cheeks. This is the eyeshadow that I used for my wing. I used it in my brows, and then Drift is what I like to use to highlight, which I'll do that here in a little bit. Yes, of course. I can't wait to help. Of course, Nikki. I'll get you set up. Okay. Now, these are the 2 new lip and cheeks. Again, these are new. This is Iman and Pink Flamingo. Let me double check. Yes, Pink Flamingo. So I think I'm going to start with this one just because it's calling my name. It is a semi-gloss. Here's what it's looking like on my finger. And because I don't have my bangs down today, I think I could probably stick to it being just a little higher up. And then we'll blend it out. Isn't that so beautiful? So this is actually the Dahlia Lip and Cheek swatched all over it. Isn't it so pretty? And then the other one, it looks like a shadow on a wall of like some branches. It's so beautiful. Okay, so this is the beauty of the semi-glosses, or even the gloss lip and cheeks, is that they look really scary in the tin, but when you blend them out on your skin, they just kind of melt into the color you have underneath, and they sheer out. So this is what it looks like on my finger, whereas this is what it looks like in the tin. So it's not as scary as you might think, which is really nice because then it makes it really forgiving and you can really build it up to the color that you're wanting without like overdoing it and then having to start all over. You know what I mean? So I just kind of build it up until I get the look that I like. And I'm staying a little higher up on my cheekbones today just because I don't really have I don't have my bangs styled today. So like my face is open. I am going to put on my beanie before I leave though because it is so cold. We are under a wind advisory today. So my ears get so cold in the wind to where it like feels like it gives me a headache. Do you guys ever feel that way? So catch me in a beanie when it's windy, okay? All right, so that was Iman, and then I think I want to try Pink Flamingo as well. Such a interesting texture. It's very slippery, but it's not like super soft. Like your finger doesn't just go into it, you know? I think I want to add some Pink Flamingo too, just for fun. Typically, how long should your tins last if you're using them every day? I have a little graphic that gives an approximation. It really just depends. Approximation, is that even a word? It gives you an estimation if you are using it every single day, but it really depends on what kind of coverage you're going for every day. Like, are you doing light? Are you doing full? But I would say your foundation color generally lasts about 3 months. Your concealer probably, I would say between 3 and 6 months, depending on how much you're using. Contour is going to last even longer. I would say probably like 6 to 12 months. Bronzer, I would say 6 to 12 months. Lip and cheeks last forever unless you're only using like the same one every single day. I would say those probably last 6 to 12 months as well. Okay, so I'm going to go in with just a little bit more. Just like the Iman, but I'm going to stay higher up on my cheek. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Do you know if they still make fluffy crease brush? They have the eyeshadow. They have lots of different smaller brushes now. I'm not sure which one you're looking for, but they have like, this is the eyeshadow brush, so it has a fluffy side, and then the more dense crease side. And then there's also the spot brush, which has this fluffy tapered one, and then this really tiny, more detailed one. And then in this pilot brush, the one that I'm using, there's actually 2 in here as well. So this would be blend vibes, and then this would give crease vibes. So the pilot brush is really cool. If you don't have it, I would highly recommend it, especially if you're traveling, because then you only need 1 brush. Okay, so we've used everything in our palette pretty much except for this, because I did use this on my wing and in my eyebrows. Isn't that so cool? Next thing I'm going to do is go in with my Glow Setting Spray. This is from Olive Rose. I love her. It's basically like skincare, and it has hyaluronic acid in it, which is really great for plumping and firming the skin. So amazing for the winter in that drier, cold weather, as well as being in heated homes, or if you have a fireplace or anything like that, our skin loses moisture. So having something like this to refresh your makeup or your skin throughout the day is amazing. but just a couple spritzes. And you can use like a blending bud or to press it in, or you could just let it dry down. I'm gonna use a blending bud pretty much just underneath my eyes. Anywhere you tend to have like problem areas or creasing, you can use that setting spray and press it in with a sponge just for a little more longevity. It's the one you always used for, the thing keeps moving. It's the one you always used to use for your outer crease with the black handle. Okay, so are you thinking way back? Are you thinking way back to Unique? If you are, it's this one. And I don't know if they still have it. I would assume so. But the similar one would be the other side of the eyeshadow brush. And then you're getting 2 brushes for 1. So I'd have to go look. Hi from Mississippi, welcome. Thank goodness I can remember the cassette. Letters are faded off, but I just knew I got it from her. I'm not sure. These things keep moving. All right, let's keep going. So at this point, you get to make the decision. Do I want to use any sort of settings powders? Today, I don't think I am. It is so cold outside, like so windy cold. This is so beautiful. So windy cold that it's gonna obviously be drier when it comes to being out in it, the wind hitting my face. So I'm just gonna allow my skin to be moisturized and glowy. But you could totally at this point decide, like, am I going to need longevity to my makeup or setting power if I'm oily or you want to blur? So at this point, if I were going to do that, I would go in with like a translucent setting powder and blur like around my nose, and then maybe go in with like a powder blush and then like a powder bronzer or something. But honestly, I really just like the way my skin looks right now with what we've used. Let me just... There are no filters on this video. This is what my skin looks like. Hopefully you can see it okay. So pretty. Why do I always just want to keep putting more blush on? We are about to blow into Texas from New Mexico. The wind is blowing so hard. It is blowing so hard. My girls, they go to school up on like the top of a hill. And even this morning when I dropped them off, the wind was blowing so hard. They had to like the doors like whipped open. The little bumble. The doors like whipped open. And I feel like that's so like weird for first thing in the morning. Usually the wind starts like in the afternoon. No, it is blowing so hard. Okay, and it was raining earlier too, but it stopped now. I'm gonna go in with my lip liner stain. This is the color Plumped, and I have it in my Amazon storefront. It lasts all day, does not dry your lips out. It dries down for about 10 minutes and then you peel it off. Okay. Oh my heck. Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you. It is my skincare. I am telling you, like, Since I switched over to my waterless skincare, my skin has truly never been better. I feel like I need to go back all the way to like my 20s. My skin didn't even look like this in my 20s. I'm going to be 37 this year. And my skin did not look like this in my 20s. It is wild. Not only is it my skincare topically, but it's also my internals. So I do take a hyaluronic acid internal, and then I also take a collagen internal and an antioxidant. And then I take olive oil shots. And one thing, oh my gosh. So I've been really consistent with my olive oil shots for, I would say, 2 weeks straight. I kind of will go off and on. Like, I'll do it really, really good, and then I fall off, and then it's hard to get back to it. I really enjoy them, though. I don't know why what keeps falling off? My sparkle fell off. Anyway, I've been doing my olive oil shots for like 2 weeks straight without falling off the wagon. And one thing I have noticed, and I don't know if you guys can notice, but maybe I need to go back and look at some other videos, like even just 2 weeks ago. So I was having like almost like jowls right here. Like I felt like my face was really round. I've always had like an oval shaped face, but lately it's felt really puffy. And especially like right here, I could literally see like these little jowls right here, and I thought that was just me getting older. But I've been taking my olive oil shots, and that was the first thing I noticed was like, I don't see that anymore. Like, I feel like I have like a jawline again. Like, it's helped with the puffiness in my face and even in my body. And it looks like so much more sharp. I don't feel like my face looks as puffy, like it has more structure to it. I know that sounds crazy, but like I noticed it, and I mentioned it to Jory as well, and he was like, oh yeah, because I've never had like Botox or filler or anything like that. And I was getting like really annoyed with this like area right here on my jaw. And I was like, I have never really wanted any sort of injection until now. Like, I was like, maybe I do need masseter Botox or something. But it is definitely giving me like depuffing me. That's the best way to say it. While staying compliant. But if you want to chat about it, you could always send me a message and we can chat more. But basically all I do is I take a shot glass, I squeeze half a lemon into it, I do about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and the olive oil matters. I'll talk to you about that in just a second. A little bit of sea salt, and then just take it down. It is delicious in my opinion. I really look forward to it. But it has to be 100% pure, cold pressed, and 100% pure, cold pressed, unrefined. Okay, so it should not be going through any sort of like heating process. It should not be going through any sort of refining process with chemicals. It should be single sourced, meaning it only comes from one grove versus you know, this place, that place, and this other place, because then it has to go through a big refining process and heating process, and then it loses its potency and like polyphenols as well as antioxidants, and it doesn't taste good. It defeats the whole purpose. Whereas single sourced, cold pressed, unrefined, 100% pure, you will taste the difference. My sister is a perfect example of that. She was having some gut issues, and she remembered me talking about the olive oil, so she just took whatever oil and did a shot of it, and she was like, that was disgusting, oh my gosh, gross. And then she did the Veda olive oil, and she was like, yeah, it did not taste the same. I'm like, I know, it matters. Not only because it tastes better, but because it's better for your body. Can I share a link or a pic of the olive? So Gina, I actually have it linked in my stories right now. If you go to my Instagram stories, you'll see it. how cool that is. You just let it dry and then peel it off. And then you're left with this really beautiful stain that's gonna last all day. And you could just add a gloss over top. Just leave it like this. You could do a lip liner, whatever you want. But then as that wears off, this will still be left behind. So, like for me, I have really pale lips. So it leaves me with lips still having a color. And then I'm just gonna use this lip liner to define the edge again. Oh, I also have the olive oil linked if you just say info. I forgot. If you say info, you'll get a message from me. And the olive oil will be linked there as well. Okay. This is the Pillow Talk Medium 2 lip liner. And then I kind of want to try one of the new lip and cheeks on my lips. Iman is kind of the one that's calling my name. That's pretty. Wow. I really like that. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do, because I need to get out of here and go get the girls, I'm just going to heat up my lash curler really quick because my lashes kind of are drooping right here. So I'm gonna just push them up with this heated lash curler and then we will be good to go. But I would say this is just like a fresh face. Like, is she wearing makeup or is she not? That's kind of what it looks like. And there's really no added texture to my skin because we don't have on any powders. Everything looks nice and seamless because we did that 3D 1-layer technique. And we used everything just out of here. The only thing that wasn't out of here was my mascara and my lip liner and lip stain. But we used this one over top for extra color. The wing is this color, my brows, this color, this highlight, this color. We mixed both the blushes for just this really soft color. And then this was my foundation, this is my concealer, this is my contour. What? That's crazy. And how gorgeous. I can't get over how beautiful this is. And then the other new palette is this one. Honestly, the perfect size for like minimalism. Like not quite as minimalist as the quad, but like I'm a minimalist, but I need like another little bit. That would be this one. Okay, this is the lash lift tool. It's heated, rechargeable, has 2 temp settings. Like it's got low and high. When it's green, it's high. When it's cold, this top will be red. When it's hot, it goes clear. And then I just use it at the base of my lash and kind of shimmy it up like you would mascara. And it just basically uses heat to mold your lashes, lift them up and give them a little bit more zhuzh. I have this linked in my Amazon storefront under makeup, or I believe skincare and tools. Or if you go to the Grande website, you could use code ESMEABASCOM15 and it'll save you some money. Do you see how it's like picking up that outer corner without having to like reuse my clamp? It's a really great tool if you have really stubborn lashes. It doesn't really work for me if I do it before. Like if I only try to use this to curl my lashes, it doesn't work. But if I use it after mascara to kind of mold my lashes where I want them, it definitely works. Especially right here on this inner corner. Do you see how that just lifted those right up? Yeah. I love it. Okay. Perfect. So I am out of here, my friends. I gotta go pick up the girls from school, and then I gotta start dinner and do all those things. Tomorrow is the last day for the like Valentine's Day promotion that Saint is doing. So they launched this. These cats, man. These 2 lip and cheeks. And if you spend, I believe it's $149. No, that's Oliveda. If you spend, I think it's $60 on Saint's website, you'll get a free Dahlia lip and cheek, which is actually this palette swatched. Isn't that so cool? So if you need a restock or you want to try the makeup or something, now would be a really great time, because that promotion ends tomorrow. And I think that's it. Okay, but I will be in Messenger, and I will also check color matches whenever I get back. So if you want to get color match, send me a message or fill out my color match form and I'll get back to you.